This short video documents the difference in sound between phasing and flanging on the Roland FA-06. We're using the infinite phaser and the 24-stage multi-phaser for the two phaser examples, and we're using the flanger for the flanger example. These are found in the multi-effects processor, and the tone we are using to demonstrate the phaser and flanging sounds is the pure wheel 1. It's found in the electronic category, electronic organ category. So let's let you hear the pure wheel 1 before we modify the multi-effects. This is the pure wheel 1 by itself on a single chord. This is the pure wheel 1 being used with the infinite phaser, and the settings for the infinite phaser are the same as was used in my other phaser video. Here is the multi-stage phaser used with the same settings that I use in my other phaser video. Notice that it produces notes. I'm just holding one chord. I was just holding one chord, but it makes it sound as an arpeggio almost is playing in the background, and that has to do with the notch filter emphasizing certain frequencies. Now we are going to look at the flanger next. This is the flanger effect using the same organ tone and the same chord. And we'll need to give you the flanger settings because you don't have them as yet. So the flanger settings are found with the effects edit. So we go to the effects edit screen and we select the multi effects. And as you can see, the flanger is selected, and we have the settings as high pass filter, the cutoff frequency as 800 cycles, the pre-delay as 2 milliseconds, the rate in cycles as 0.5 hertz, a depth of 70, a phase shift of 180 degrees, a plus 44% on the feedback, 0 on the low and mid gain, and 100 wet, no dry. So we're totally listening to the wet signal. 100 wet. And the balance, the level is 127. All the levels are 127. So the most that we could do for you now, before we go, is to mix the wet with the dry signal by changing the balance a little bit. Let us bring up the dry a little bit. Alright, so this is about, let's go to about 30 on the dry and 70 on the wet. This is how it sounds with 30 on the dry and 70 on the wet with the flanger. As you can see, the flanger effect is very similar to the chorus, a slow shifting, and for the benefit of those who are not familiar with the terms, dry means the unprocessed signal and wet is the signal going through the effects. And you can see there in the display, if your eyes are good, that we have D30 70W. So that is the way the balance is specified on the Roland. And we thank you for watching. We hope you will be motivated to have fun with the Roland. There are so many settings to do that you will be overwhelmed by the amount of things you can change, although some of the things will only provide subtle changes. But I wanted to set it up in a way that you would be able to hear the difference between flanging and phasing. Thank you for watching the Stephen Mendes channel, and we'll see you soon again.